Good afternoon. Wow. I felt a lot of vibration last night in my sleep. And the message I'm receiving is a very strong one. And I don't know how to bring it other than strong. I don't want to insult anyone. I want to give this before I say a word about what I've seen. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not trying to talk into anybody's ear. I'm trying to let somebody possibly see that, well, let's put it like this. If this belongs to you, then don't grab it in a negative way. Every bit of information that is coming from me is for me, for my understanding, and it's from my understanding. When you receive information that comes from me or from anyone else, it is not yours to grab as yours, because you're making me your king by taking my information and claiming it as yours. My information came to me as my information in the way that I received it. So when I speak these truths out, or when my truths out, it's not necessarily a truth for you right now. But I'm also feeling that there are a lot of people out there who don't understand, truly don't recognize their sovereignty. And this is a hard word to compel somebody to understand. It's a isolated self-understanding meaning. And what that means is sovereignty is your way of making sure you offend no one in any manner. This is really simple to see. I smoked yesterday, and right after I smoked, I went in to a place of business where the lady and I have a relationship. She was my landlord, and I was going to pay her to leave. Just from the reek of smoke on me, she was offended, not by me, but by the smell that came from me. That showed me my sovereignty had stepped over into somebody else's sovereignty. Inadvertently, I had offended someone to the point to where she asked me, please leave. It's offensive. We have to check ourselves. We have to look to see if our vibration is affecting someone else. And we do daily, and they do to us as well. Sovereignty means that I can say something, whether it's whatever it is, that it doesn't reach and grab you, that you look at it, pay attention to what's said, absorb the energy, see if it fits you. If it fits you, find out why. Don't just say, okay, this fits. Find out why. This is sovereignty. You're to work on your own self. Quit trying to fix others. The healing process. For you to be able to heal yourself, you have to believe it. You have to know you're a healer. If you want to read people's energies, you have to know you can. But before you can do anything, you have to recognize the things that you're doing, the healing that you're doing, that it could be invasive. It could be taken in the wrong text. Your sovereignty, though loving, though understanding, though considerate, if it's offensive to somebody, plain and simple, it's offensive. And that's what we must look at. That's what we must see in ourselves. This has to do with a battle of you. You fighting you. Don't worry about the people around you. Worry about this person right here. The one that looks at you in the mirror. The one I'm looking at in my camera. That's pointing right at me. I see myself in the camera. So I'm talking to that guy. As well as you should look in the mirror and talk to that person you see in the mirror. This is what sovereignty means. Get yourself righteous. Be in the right mind so that when you speak, you're not offending anyone. When you act, you're not offending anyone. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself is you don't want to offend yourself. Why would you want to offend another person? If you love yourself with all your heart, body, soul, and mind, that means you've got to go in here and find all the things about you that you love, lift them up. Find all the things you don't love, lift them up. Repurpose them to work for you. That's why they're there. You're the power of yourself, nobody else. This is the Father's message. Isolate yourself within yourself as much as you can. Learn who you are. Correct the issues that make you offend somebody. Correct the issues that make you offend yourself first. Then everything else will work. Be amongst thyself as divine. Then you can show divinity. Do not go out into the world thinking you have all knowledge and you want to spread it out without first understanding who you are and where you came from so that you can express it. I have learned to talk to all kinds of people. I have learned to love all kinds of people just as well as I've learned to hate all kinds of people. But that's what makes me who I am. That's what makes me understand the kingdom that I must build is not a physical kingdom. I don't need anything of this world. I need my higher self to see that the kingdom I'm building is right in here, within him. So that he can see that I see him first. And that with him in me, my higher self, my awakened self, the one who's standing up a little higher in the elevation of understanding and the little elevation of light source. I'm out of the muck. I'm into the visual. I'm seeing down here. Now I'm looking up there, in here. I've been down here in my pit. I've been down here in my desire. I've been down here in this flesh world. I've moved up here into the heart world. I'm now loving you. And with my mind in the right place, constantly thinking of the Father, this will move to this. You will rise up within yourself. This is not somebody else's journey. It's yours. Take the journey and set yourself on fire. Get out of your pit. Get out of this me-ism. Go into the one. The heart. Look at it. It's right there. It's the center of your body. It's the life force that drives you. If you're in love with yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you balance yourself. I'm going to give you a key, kids. I'm going to give you a key, children. If you go within yourself and you find the love within your areas of energy, your chakras, when you work on them and you balance them, Straight is the way, narrow is the gate. This has to do with you working on you. Don't worry about nobody else unless you've offended them. Then, apologize and love them. Love them so much that you never want to offend them again. That's turning from your sins, turning from yourself, turning into yourself. I love you. Pay attention to who you are. Pay attention to what you're doing. Gain control over you. This is what this battle is about. This battle is a self battle. The demons that you fight are the demons in your general energy areas. Your pit is where you're fighting Satan. You must go to your pit and whoop him first. Love him first. Get the energy of love, forgiveness in your pit. Down in the very bottom, in your root chakra. Go love Satan. Forgive Satan. Then work up and start forgiving all the other energies within you that you've given over to self. And start putting them towards a different self. The self that wants to be higher. The self that wants to be greater. Greater in giving and loving and understanding. Greater in compassion. Greater in charity. Greater in love for self. Friends, if you love yourself to the point of purity, to the point of understanding, you are the light of the Father. The more you remove the darkness within you, the brighter your light. You want your light to be brilliant enough that you can go through your own darkness and have no fear within you. It's that simple, yet extremely hard to master. Focus on yourself. Quit worrying about everybody else. If your desire is to fix that person over there, well, that's telling you what you see in that person needs to be fixed in you. That's what the visual is there for. Apparently you figure that person has something wrong with them you need to fix. But that's because you see that, and it's you that needs to fix that within you. Don't go claiming that guy's wrong. Fix why you think it's wrong. Fix why you think it. Find out why you think it's broke to begin with. Within you. This is the journey right here. That's the journey. It's not this physical world. It's in you. You must understand you can go. Spiritually go within yourself. Train yourself. Look at all the energies out there that you can take among yourself as understanding. If you don't want to read, you don't want to gather it among yourself, you can hear people in videos. You can ask questions. That's the greatest thing you can do for yourself, is ask yourself questions. They're within you anyway. And you have the answers. It's interesting how when you ask the questions, the answers start coming. And the more you recognize the answers coming, the more questions you should have of yourself, not somebody else. I love it when people ask me questions. They think I have the answer. And I speak what I know is their answer. And I just speak it because the universe wants them to hear it, and they give it to me because they won't listen. You won't listen to your own higher self. Why are you listening to me? I'm simply a messenger, because you won't hear yourself. Derek is a messenger that tells you to go listen to your higher self. This is your sovereignty. Don't take my truth. Don't take anybody else's truth. You search for your truth, because when it becomes your truth, I cannot take it from you. That's sovereignty. I cannot attack you. Give me no reason to accuse you of anything. That's ultimate love for me. That's ultimate love. I'm giving JR ultimate love for me. It's time to love myself. That came from Cindy, by the way. Cindy and I had a conversation this morning, and she enlightened me to that. I also got enlightened by Ray. If you change your mind about what you see, then the things you see will change. That came from Ray. This is information for everybody. If you change your mind about what you see, then what you see will change. It's very interesting truth. If you find yourself in an energy that's negative, change the way you look at it. Change your mind. It's time for JR to love JR completely. Go within him and love everything about him. I am looking for the Father in him. By searching for the Father in him, I find myself attached to him in certain areas, and that leads me to follow that path. It's really interesting that when you search within yourself, you go on a very amazing journey. A journey that you didn't realize is in there. And once you get on this journey of self-expression and self-understanding and self-awareness, this is what waking up means. Being aware that you are awake. Being aware that you are a spark of the Father. Awareness. This is how we gather our sovereignty, is to be aware of self and how everybody around us affects us. If I'm emitting love to you, my effect on you should be a love energy. This is what we're to do. Go fill this cup up. Empty it out of all the hate. Empty it out of all the anything that doesn't serve love. Get rid of it all. And then put pure love, unconditional love for the King in here, the Father. Build his kingdom within you. Get out of the pit. Make your desire, your love desire, in here. Grow for yourself. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for paying attention. Now pay attention to yourself. Seek your own truths. Seek your own understandings. Seek your love for you. Love yourself. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about your surroundings. Worry about you. Face yourself. chess against yourself, because you're going to outmaneuver yourself. Your ego is going to try to outmaneuver you. It's going to put you down, or it's going to do this. Change your mind. Be the good guy on both sides. If you don't know how to play chess, battle against yourself to where both of you are looking for the highest good. You'll get there. Love all of you. Thank you for listening.